All right, hi everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay. This is my clarinet warm-up that I teach to my middle school students. If you're one of Torrington Middle School students and you're playing the clarinet, you can feel free to play along, as you should know how to do this. But for anyone that's never done this before, this sort of incorporates all the best techniques that I think a clarinet player should warm up on. Now, I've already assembled my instrument, wet my reed, and everything like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is just put some air through the clarinet. I'm going to start on my thumb F and slowly add a finger every time until I get down to the low F. This is going to just fill the instrument up with air. It's going to give you the chance to really play those nice, low, fundamental notes and just sort of set the stage for everything that we're going to do later on. So here we go. Now I also have my tuner open on my iPad so I can check my tuning on this. It's another thing that you could do if you have the opportunity and the time. If you don't, then you're just going to keep blowing air through the instrument. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the register key jumps. And I think that this is a really important thing for clarinet players to work on because all you're doing is just adding the register key to your F scale, which is basically what we just did. So we're going to start on that low F. Okay, and you're going to play it for 4 beats, and then you're going to add the register key and jump up to the high C. And while you're doing this, you want to be sure that you are blowing over the slur and crescendoing so that you have enough air to support that note. So here we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go backwards through my F scale, lifting up 1 finger at a time until I get back to my thumb F, and play it for 4 beats on the lower note, and then add the register key and play it for 4 beats on the higher note. So basically what I'm going to be doing is doing register key slurs from a low F up to a middle F, and at the same time also warming up my upper register. Now again, I also have my tuner open so I can check my intonation on my high notes, but that is something that you can do if you have the opportunity. You can also set up your metronome and set it to a nice slow tempo, but I'm not going to do that today. Here we go. So now I've gone through my register key slurs, and if you want to get fancier, you can add in the chromatics in between F to F, and that will give you a full chromatic scale. That's something that you could do. You could also do more dynamic range with this. You could crescendo or decrescendo with it. Again, all things that you can do to extend your own warm-up. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I call the right hand technique. And what this means is when you're going from your throat tones, G, G sharp, A, and B flat, you can keep your right hand down to help you get over the break. So I'm going to start by putting my right hand down, right? Okay. And now I'm going to go from an open G to a high C. And I'm going to start in whole notes, and then I'm going to increase to half notes, and then quarter notes, and then eighth notes. And the only thing that's going to change is the rhythm. I'm going to keep my right hand down, I'm going to blow through the break, and it will go like this. so I ended with eighth notes. Now I'm going to go from, instead of G, I'm going to go to G sharp on the side, and the same technique. My right hand is going to stay down. So this is going to help me when I need to do things like scales or any etudes or band music where you have to go across the break. If you have one of these open throat tones, you can keep your right hand down to help ease the transition. So now here we go. A flat. And now the same thing for A. And the last one, B flat. Okay, again, keeping my right hand down. Okay, so now you've gotten two types of register over the break jumps down. And the last thing I'm going to practice on this warm-up is the alternating pinky keys, which can get really confusing and can be awkward. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by just alternating our pinkies on our low E, low F, F sharp, and G. And I'm going to start by using my low E with my left pinky here, and then the low F with my right, F sharp with my left, and then G. And then I'm going to go back down. Okay, and again, I have my tuner app open so I can check my tuning while I'm doing this. And here we go. So I'll try to get it up so that you can see my fingers here. Now I'm going to do the same fingering pattern with the register key. So you've got high B, C, C sharp, and then D, and then back down. And now I'm going to go back down to my low notes, but I'm going to use the other set of fingerings. So I'm going to use my low E down here in my right hand, my F on my left, F sharp down here in my right, and then G, and then back down. And now with the register key. So again, I had my tuner app open so I could check my intonation on that, and that is a basic standard 10-minute warm-up that I teach all of my middle school clarinet players. All right, keep practicing.